We all have darkness. Thoughts we hide, habits we try to bury, wounds we try to cover up with a smile. But God says, bring that darkness into the light. Why? Because when we keep things in the darkness, it grows. The shame that we hold in the darkness, it grows. It becomes all-consuming and it envelops us. I've been down that road. I've been trapped in the bondage of my darkness for years on end. And it's only been recently that I started seeking God and praying and seeking through the scriptures, where God has started opening up avenues for me to really release the darkness in my life. For a long time, it felt like I'm putting on a front, a persona, but I have the darkness locked up here in the back, and I don't want people to see my shame. And I was eating away at me. Because you see, I was starting to make the darkness a God in my life. And God says, He Himself is light. In Him there is no darkness. So when I started understanding that, I started accepting that, I can actually take my darkness to God. And His love and His mercy will cover me, just like it will cover you. But we need to move away from this thinking and this belief of what will people think and what will they say when they see our darkness. You are not responsible for what people think and say about you. You are responsible for who you are and how you show up in this world. But you cannot show up as a true you as long as you are still covered in the darkness that is trying to keep you trapped and stopping you from stepping into who God had actually designed you to be. See, the enemy's greatest fear is he knows that when we expose the darkness, God replaces it with His grace, with His peace, and with His light. And he fears that because he knows that everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light. He doesn't want you to become the light that God had created you to be. I am the light of God. The light of God shines through me, and the light of God wants to shine through you right now, but you have to be willing to confess your darkness. Like I said, God is faithful and just to forgive you, but it starts with you taking that first step. Stop running. Stop hiding. Let the light of God in. Because with God revealing your darkness, that is your first step to becoming the light. This is Vinnie Mac saying, change your thinking, change your world. We all have darkness. Thoughts we hide, habits we try to bury, wounds we try to cover up with a smile. But God says, bring that darkness into the light. Why?